Welcome to another round of Prem and Proper here on SDH Networks, and it's time to take a look back at the week in the Premier League. And to do that, we will start on Monday Night Football and work our way backwards. It was a disastrous effort by Everton going to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to take on Spurs. 5-0 the final. And Spurs now coming into the match at a minus 137. They are in seventh right now, behind West Ham on goal difference. Put the game away early in the second half, and it was not close from the absolute beginning. Here's Harry Kane after the match, courtesy of BT Sport.
I mean, obviously no game in the Premier League is easy. I think credit to the boys, the way we set out, with a high intensity, the way we pressed, won the ball back, and then punished them on the break, and then to start the second half like we did and really kill the game off was something we haven't done for a while, especially in this Premier League season. So all in all, a really good Monday night.
So now Everton, as Danny Higginbotham said on USA Network, as a part of the Premier League coverage here in the States, they're sleepwalking towards relegation. And we'll get into the why when we look at the numbers coming up in just a little bit. But Everton have lost 4 of their last 5, and their goal difference matches the number of points they have right now at 22. At a minus 22 in goal difference, only scored 28 goals in 25 matches this year, giving up 46, 22 points overall. And they are struggling at 6-4 and 15. Also, one of the cool stories that we came across on the weekend is Christian Eriksen. And we will get into Christian Eriksen with Brentford. Brentford, Ivan Toney ends up with a hat trick in their 3-1 win over Norwich on the road to Carrow Road at a plus 147. And after the match, Christian Eriksen was asked by Brentford's staff, their own selves, about what it was like to be out there as Brentford got a big 3 points on Saturday morning, East Coast time.
Thomas asked me actually this morning if I felt okay to play 90. I said, yeah, for me that's no problem. I feel good. I've been training, of course, very hard, and now being part of the team for a few weeks, getting into all the system they have here of how they want to play. So it gets easier by every day, and playing the game obviously helps. So, it's only a good thing.
What do you feel you can achieve in this Brentford side?
What I can achieve? I think personally for me it's been, first of all, getting back into full fitness and being able to play football at top level again. And then let's see where that takes me. But obviously my focus here to help Brentford to stay up and get my own football career back on track.
And I know the fans were very happy with your performance today. You do seem to be an engine, perhaps a missing link that Brentford have had recently. Do you feel that there's a big role for you to play, and do you sort of agree with that analysis that you've got something to deliver?
Yeah, no, I hope so. I've been used to that ever since I started playing football. In any teams I've been in, I've always been the guy trying to sort out things and help things and make the team play better. That role is not going to be different now with Brentford. So, the more game time, the easier it gets me to know the teammates and get to know people. But obviously, it's not something I'm scared of, no.
Quick word about Ivan Toney, coolness on those 2 penalties.
Yeah, he's been lucky with the penalties though, but no, he's done very well. And I heard, of course, before I came, and I've seen a few games before, but no, he's really he's impressed me. How he plays, how he goes into games, how he is as a player and as a person, I think he's on a good track, and he's a very exciting player.
Early match on Saturday was Leeds United going to Leicester in the King Power. Leicester at a plus 104, courtesy of our friends at Odds Portal. It was the debut of Jesse Marsch on the touchline for Leeds as they went in at a plus 263. It was a 1-0 win for Leicester by the time it was over with. But Jesse Marsch, very pleased with what he saw with only 4 days to work with his team. Marsch's post-game comments courtesy of Leeds their own self.
Well, listen, I have a fresh perspective, and I look at the faces on our team, and they're obviously disappointed because they know they played well. They know they deserved a result today. But after 4 days to have changed a lot of the tactics and to have played in all phases of the game with clarity, to be very stable in the back, to give not much away, to control the game for many stretches, specifically the beginning of the second half. I'm really proud and pleased of our group, how far in 4 or 5 days we've come. So there's so many little things that I see in the match that's happening that I know we need to clarify and continue to get better with, and we will. It's I don't like normally to be screaming from the bench so much, but I was just trying to help the guys continue to understand what we were trying to achieve tactically, and again, for me, good performances, clarity on the pitch, intelligence, and a good match for us.
Is that what you were saying to the players when you got them in that huddle on the pitch there?
I said, I understand that there's stress here because the points are so important right now. But we have to stay clear. We have to stay clear to our process, and it has to be a condensed process, but we have to keep understanding how we want to play and maintain a clear, fresh mindset that helps us grow and get better every day.
Biggest match on Sunday was the Manchester derby. Arsenal started the day with a 3-2 win over Watford. The late match, Manchester City, Manchester United, it was 1-0 Manchester City. Manchester United equalized, then the rest of it was a dominant performance by the Blues. So Manchester is blue again with the 4-1 win. Manchester City at a minus 233 after the match. Kevin De Bruyne, who had 2 goals and an assist, and Riyad Mahrez, who had a tremendous goal off a set piece, off a corner that was sent in by De Bruyne for the assist. They caught up with our friends at Sky. Here's Kevin De Bruyne, Riyad Mahrez after the match and the 4-1 win.
2 very different goals. Which do you prefer?
To be fair, the first one was the player touched it, but sometimes you have to hit the target, like our physio say all the time. Riyad hit the target and he touched it, he's in. And the second one, I just try to hit it high because I know it's very good on the floor area. So I try to put it high for him, and he hit his face and he went in. So I take them both.
Lastly, how important was this after Liverpool winning yesterday?
Well, I think it's winning game by game. Obviously, they put the pressure on us yesterday by winning their game, but I think we responded today in the good way. And we always play the game that we need to play. Obviously, sometimes we don't get the result, and that happens. But we always play our football and we fight for it, and that's what we're going to do until the end of the season.
So let's take a look back at what happened in the week in full. So on Saturday, your early game once again, Leicester beating Leeds 1-0. 10 o'clock, Crystal Palace beating Wolves by the score of 2-0 as a plus 248 on the road. Brentford with their 3-1 win. Newcastle at home beating Brighton by the score of 2-1. Chelsea shutting out Burnley by the score of 4-0. Villa the same score over Southampton. Liverpool 1-0 winners over West Ham as a minus 370 at home at Anfield. On Sunday, we mentioned Arsenal's 3-2 win over Watford, and they needed every minute to hang on there at 3-2. In the end, up 3-1. Watford scores to close the gap to 3-2. Arsenal hangs on for a 3-2 win. Manchester derby, we just talked about. Tottenham and Everton on Monday Night Football is 5-0. So let's take a peek at the standings and show you where things are. At the top, Manchester City. Their lead is 6, but once again, remember, at 69 points, Liverpool has a match in hand. They are 6 points back. They have won 5 in a row. Chelsea is third at 53 points, 26 matches played. 5 points ahead of Arsenal, who are now in fourth. Arsenal, though, has a match in hand and has 3 matches in hand, frankly, over Manchester United and West Ham, who have both played 28 matches as well. Arsenal at 48 points, having won 4 in a row, unbeaten in their last 5. Manchester United, with the loss last time out, there at 47. We mentioned West Ham and Tottenham at the beginning of the show, both at 45 points. West Ham with a goal difference of plus 11, Tottenham at plus 8, and even that with the output that they had today against Everton as we're discussing things. Wolves are 8th after having lost now 3 in a row, 27 matches played and 40 points, but they do have a bit of a cushion. Southampton is 9th at 45. Their 4-match unbeaten string beaten this past week. Crystal Palace at 33. Now here's where the fun starts. You've got 4 teams at 33 points, 10 through 13. Crystal Palace, goal difference of plus 1. 39-38. Aston Villa dead even at 37 goals scored and surrendered. They do have 2 matches in hand on Crystal Palace, however. Leicester has 3 matches in hand on Palace, played only 25 so far. They're also at 33, goal difference of -3. Brighton, having played 27 matches at 7, 12, and 8. They've lost 4 in a row. Goal difference of -6. So here comes Newcastle. They are unbeaten in their last 5, but they have 5 points to make up. 26 matches played. They're in 14th at 28 points. Brentford, with their big win, snaps a 4-game winless run. They're now at 27 points, gives them a little space, and here's where the fun starts. 5 teams separated by 6 points in the relegation fight. It is Leeds, having lost now 5 in a row. They're at 23 points. Goal difference of -32. They've only scored 29 in 27 matches. Goals allowed, 61 on the season. So that averages out to 2.25 given up per match and only scoring really just over 1. Everton, they've lost 4 of 5, hemorrhaged in their Monday outing on Monday Night Football at 6-4 and 15 losses in 25 matches. That's the only thing, as I said, that could save them from the relegation scrap at the moment. 22 points, 25 matches played, the least of anybody in this scrap going on right now. Burnley in the relegation zone, having lost 2 in a row, and they have had a winless run now of 3 at 3, 12, and 11. They've only scored 22 goals in 26 matches, given up 36. Watford is in 19th at 27 matches played and 19 points. They have lost 3 of their last 5, only won 5 matches this year. Norwich is now 4 games on the spin with losses, and those losses now at 4, 5, and 18 puts them at 17 points, but they're not completely out of the picture. Their next match we'll get into in just a little bit, but their losses 3-1 to Brentford, 2-0 to Southampton, 3-1 to Norwich, and then 4-0 to Manchester City. And so they've only scored 16 goals in 27 matches. They've given up 58. So that's where we are. You've got the fight at the top, the fight in the middle, and the fight at the bottom to see where things are in the Premier League. So your next matches, and you do have some COVID makeup matches in the midweek that will get you ready for things toward the end of the week. And it was on Thursday is when you have 4 matches as makeups. Norwich at Carrow Road hosting Chelsea. Chelsea's a -345. Those of you who are interested, Norwich is a +1112. Southampton hosting Newcastle, dead even at a +100. Newcastle's at a +274. Wolves hosting Watford. Wolves at a -120. They really could use the 3 points. And Watford is at a +390 as they head to Molineux. 245. Jesse Marsch has his first home match as the the manager of Leeds United. He is at a +175 hosting Aston Villa. Villa's at a +154. On the weekend, you have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday Night Football, plus some more COVID makeup matches in the midweek again next week. On the 12th, you've got the 3 matches on Saturday, 7:30 a.m., that's the early. Brighton hosting Liverpool. Liverpool on the road at the Amex is a -196. 10 o'clock match. Brentford and Burnley. Brentford a +119, hosting Burnley at a +264. Manchester United hosting Spurs. This one could be an interesting one. Manchester United right now at a +106, and Spurs at a +257 as they head to Old Trafford. 6 matches on your Sunday. Chelsea on short rest, hoping that they can make quick work of Norwich in the midweek. 2 days rest before they turn around on Sunday as the 10 o'clocks. And it is Chelsea at a -312 hosting Newcastle, who is plus north of 1,000. Everton hosting Wolves. Big match here for Everton, but they are a home dog. They're a home favorite at a +133. Wolves are a +234 on the road once again. Wolves coming in on 2 days rest. Leeds hosting Norwich. Good opportunity here for 3 points for Leeds at a -167. Odds changing just as we're taping here. Norwich at a +430. Southampton, Watford. Southampton at a -164 could get a big 3 points as Watford's a +450. West Ham at a +114 hosting Aston Villa at a +260. Your 12:30 on Sunday, Arsenal and Leicester. Arsenal's a -185. Brendan Rodgers and the Foxes are basically a +500. Monday Night Football. Crystal Palace is a +863 as Manchester City comes to town to Selhurst Park. Manchester City is a -300. And then it starts all over again on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all next week. But we'll get through these matches first before we get to those. Once again, thanks for hanging out with us for another edition of Prem and Proper. For everything here on the SDH Network, don't forget you can catch us on the SDH app, available iOS and Android. Soccer Down Here Daily Radio, 9 a.m. until north of 11 Eastern Time, 9:05 to start. We're on Turner time, so a little after 11 is when we finish. Soccer Over There returns on a week from today as we are taping. So on the 14th of March, it is the return of Soccer Over There in Nick Alifi, and we get to find out how his tour of Italy was and how it was in Europe for him and the family as they made their sojourn overseas in the month of February. Thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks for being a part of everything here at SDH. I'm just John. Play it safe, everybody. Enjoy your matches. It's going to get interesting.